Greetings YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I have arrived in Shetland and my journey north continues. But first I'm just going to head a little bit south. Let's have it! Oh, it's cold and it's a bit wet, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm heading south because I have dialed the sat-nav in for Sumburgh Head. If I can get it to register. Let's head to the town centre first. Let's get myself sorted out. Yeah, I'm heading to Sumburgh Head, which, as you can see on the map there, is at the very, very bottom of the main island, Shetland. The skies are grey. It was a rough crossing last night. The ship was all over the place. I was in this little sleeping pod thing, which didn't actually recline fully like I thought it was going to. So I was kind of half sitting, half lying. And I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I have had a very nice breakfast, I can tell you that. So we'll see what the day has in store. I may wild camp at the end of this evening, but I don't know, we'll see. I think the lure of a hot shower, toilets and a few creature comforts might just be too much to ignore, but I'll see how I go. Alright, let's head for the town centre. So this is definitely the farthest north I've ever ridden a motorcycle, and as I mentioned before, it may be the most northerly I've ever been. Yes, it turns out Sumburgh Head Lighthouse is shut today. That's a very two-wheel dreamer kind of thing, is to come all this way and find something shut. But however, that's not going to deter me at all, because I can still ride down to it. It is the most southerly tip of mainland Shetland, and that's where I want to go, because I want to ride the entire length of this main island, calling in as I do on various points of interest along the way. Yeah, so heading south again, but only briefly for 35 minutes, 26 miles. The island, from pretty much from tip to tip, north to south, south to north, is about 60 miles, 66 miles, I don't know, I looked it up earlier. So it's not very long, it's more narrow than it is long. But they have a Tesco, clearly, and just there, sat amongst the town, I can see a Brock in good condition. It's going to be fantastic. That wind coming off of the hills, oh my gosh, it's cold. It's very cold. Forecast today is better than I was led to believe it was going to be. It's improved a little bit. It seems that it's going to be dry in the morning, rain a bit in the afternoon, dry up for the evening, then rain during the night, I think. I don't know what tomorrow's got in store. I know it is a bit chilly though. It says 9 degrees, but it feels colder. Just getting my head round how far north I am. If you keep heading northwest, obviously at the moment I'm heading south, but if you head northwest, next stop is the Faroe Islands, and then keep going, the next stop is Iceland. Which which is actually on the list of places to visit. Don't quite know when, but I will get there. So it's been a good trip for meeting and talking to people. I enjoyed meeting Jimmy in Stromness, follower of the channel. That was very pleasant. Look forward to seeing him again at the ABR festival. I enjoyed speaking to both sets of couples that I met last night. Sat trying to keep warm and kill a few hours in the pub. On all of these occasions, it has been the common theme of motorcycling that has broken the ice and got the conversation going. What a fantastic bringer together of people our passion is. And then I really enjoyed meeting those two German brothers. What a fantastic story. One of them owns both of those old BMWs, and R80 ST, RT I think, and R100 RT. Early 90s bikes, unrestored, absolutely cracking condition. And the two brothers, once a year, without fail, they go out on tour together. And they were telling me this morning while we were waiting to go back to the bikes that last year they wild camped on one of the Hebridean islands, and the wind was so fierce it absolutely ripped their tent to shreds. So I've got that in the back of my mind as I think about the possibility of wild camping today. Yeah, and then it was sad saying goodbye to them, but who knows, the way this has been going, keep running across them. We kept sort of crossing paths on Orkney, or at least I kept seeing their bikes, and that'll probably happen on Shetland. I think they're here for a week or something. I'm only here for 2 days. But the common bond of motorcycling, I absolutely love it. Be lovely to see it all with the sun shining. It would look even more spectacular. It looks a bit bleak at the moment. Don't know what the footage will look like on the screen from the GoPro, but it looks a bit grey to the naked eye. Grey but beautiful. Very kind of harsh and stark beauty. As I work my way back up, I'm going to be detouring off to various places. Have a look at some things. But for now, I'm just heading south. That will be the airport. So there's a plane at the end of the runway waiting to go. That'll get wherever it needs to go quicker, and just like a train crossing, when the planes are taking off, you wait. Very cool. very short runways, but I suppose they're not massive planes that are taking off and landing here, or at Orkney. But I rode across the runway, that's cool. The road has suddenly narrowed down. As I've been riding along the main road, there's been lots of occasions when roads like the one I'm on now are running parallel with it and then merging with it and breaking off as laybys, etc. And I guess it's the original roads that were there before the local authorities came and just carved their way through the cliffs and put the more main roads in. It would take a lot longer to get around anywhere if they were all single track roads like this, but this is more like it. Only 1.4 miles to go, and it seems a moment ago I was in Lerwick. That's the lighthouse up on the head. So I'm almost as southerly as I can be on mainland Shetland. And when I ride north up to the top of the island, I will be obviously as northerly as I can be, but I could obviously jump on ferries possibly and get to smaller islands slightly further north, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to the main island. I'm only on here for today and then I go back tomorrow. This is the most southerly point of national cycle route, it says. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. Hairpin bends. Well, it's a pity that the centre, etc., is shut, because perhaps I could have gone into the lighthouse, but this is still fine. I'm still getting to check it out, and I am at the most southerly point of the most northerly main island. There's another plane coming in. I wouldn't fancy flying that plane in these winds. Bad enough riding a motorcycle. Hope that foghorn doesn't go off, because it will take my ears off. Oh, 11,116 miles to New Zealand in that direction. I would think it's a bit warmer there than it is here at the moment. Or maybe just the same, I don't know. further north we go. Now my next stop was Jarlshof or Jarlshof, prehistoric and Norse settlement, which is heading north, but as it turns out it's only 5 minutes north. It's not going to open for another 20 minutes, so I will make my way there, see what's going on, and if I don't want to hang around for it to open, I'll go and find something else and come back to it. Simple as that. I can't begin to explain how cold this wind feels. It's 8 degrees, so it's not actually that cold in the grand scheme of things, but it's like daggers. Wind chill factor of -30 or something, I would have thought. It's making me think about what I might do tonight. It's good to take a bit of shelter out of the wind. It's quite chilly. So Jarlshof, that's how it's pronounced. It's been around for 4,000 years and was a working farm, a Norse settlement, a Viking settlement, and was lived in right up to the 1600s, when it was abandoned and then lost to the sands and the sea. And it was 200 years later, in 1880, I believe, that a storm exposed some of the walls. So it's fascinating, another of those places where people have carved out an existence in the harshest of conditions. So these are called querns, and they were used to grind grains. This stone would be moved around to grind the grains into a very fine flour just down here, which would be made into bread or gruel. Fascinating, and they are littered around everywhere. There's another one there. These people would have spent most of their time working, either gathering fish from the sea, making bread, just constant struggle to survive. Good thing about the soil here, Orkney and Shetland, was it was incredibly fertile, so it was absolutely ripe for farming. Well, I'm just entering one of the best preserved wheel houses in Scotland. You can see why they're called wheel houses, because they are circular and each compartment is like the spoke of a wheel. It would have originally been with a turfed roof, so it would have been really dark in here. There would have probably been a fire in the middle, and nobody really knows what these areas were used for, other than they were probably communal, and each compartment would be used for different tasks, yet again working to eke out an existence in such a harsh environment. This is absolutely fascinating. And it provides perfect shelter. I'm out of the wind. I mean, this doesn't have its roof anymore, obviously, but I'm out of the wind. It feels noticeably warmer. If there was a fire in the centre there, it would be cosy even. See, later edition. So whilst over there the Norse Viking settlement was created about 850 AD, this is from a later time. This is from the 1200s, and this is the farmhouse. It wouldn't have had the spiral iron staircase, obviously, but that's okay. It's going to give us a view. Oh, the wind. Clearly I'm just a soft southerner. Can't cope with it up north. Frozen. And here, just like the other blocks I've taken them to, this would have been possibly to defend the settlement, a broch. Would have had several stories and a timber thatched roof. The constant noise of helicopters and airplanes from the nearby airport, which obviously wouldn't have originally been a feature. Over by the hotel. It's time to get a move on. Start working my way north.